Hello friends, welcome to Akulmek Live, and today's in the space section we want to discuss the matter related to space exploration. And as you know, it's a major news. All the larger enterprise, well-known people are behind setting up their systems and establishing colonies outside the Earth. And there are a lot of countries who are in the race right now. There is US, there is China, there is India, there are a few others. I think a lot of scientists are also making statements that in order to survive, we need to colonize other planets and probably leave the solar system altogether in long run. So I think when we go about setting up our colonies, sending humans outside the close and comfortable environment of Earth, what it takes to have a space travel. So I think there are technical challenges which we all know. The distance itself is a very big challenge for humans to leave Earth. Then there is a challenge with regard to radiation. But today, I think I would like to talk about the social element which is also involved in planning our trip outside the Earth. And if you take the closest star, that takes about 4 light years away. I mean, that is even if the light travels, it will take 4 years to reach the next neighborhood, which is in the close proximity as far as the universe is concerned. So when we have to go to Alpha Centauri star system, there are very promising signs that one of the planet, which is Proxima B, is very similar to Earth in terms of gravity and in terms of heat signature. It may have liquid water on the surface and it will also have a surface. So I think it is a very close candidate to send humans out to Proxima B planet. However, with current technology, it will take about 32,000 years. So there is no way we can actually travel. 32,000 years is like an eon. The only way we can plan such a trip is we make the generation starships. And when we talk about generation starships, it actually means that when bunch of people start their journey to Proxima B, they will be fully equipped to reproduce on the ship. And by the time they reach Proxima B, they will multiply and there will be a separate humanity riding on the spaceship. So the spaceship is called generation starships because it will be designed to to support the generation of human beings. So scientists have done a lot of these research and they have come up with a minimum number which can travel on this generation starship to start with, and this minimum number is something like 49 men and 49 women to travel, and they will be paired in certain genetical order so that they can reproduce successfully. So having planned this trip out, I think we need to remember that when these people are going out, they will be moving far away from Earth and they will not have too much influence from Earth. They will not be driving too many instances and examples from Earth. They will be in connection, in constant connection with Earth, but then gradually as they move further and further away from Earth, that connection will start basically diminishing, and they will have to come up with their own methods and own systems in order to create a process. In other words, the people who are going to Proxima B and they are prepared, their ship is prepared to support something like 30 to 40 generations by the time they reach there. They will have to design a way where the goal of their journey is percolated downwards into many generations, because if that is not done, then midway they may decide to turn their spaceship in some other direction and go somewhere else. So we have to ensure, or the people who are residing on that generation starship will have to ensure that there is a process where they remember their goal. And second thing they will have to remember or to create is a governance system, some sort of a governance systems, because humans' brain is, can be very fictitious at times. They may have emotional issues. They may get into hypersensitive environment, they may start committing crime. And then there is no government, like Earth has a government to enforce the law. And these people are outside, out there in space with no interaction with Earth or very little interaction with Earth. They will have to make some sort of a system which is sort of a law on the spaceship. And once they are able to create the legal system for the spaceship, there will be a need to enforce the legal system. There will be a need for policing. So I think to start with, it is not only solving the technical issues around sending humans outside in this space, but also coming up with a process where the law is implemented, the goals are very well defined, responsibilities across humans will be very well defined, who will do what, those kind of things will have to be very well defined. And once those are defined, the legal system is in place, then only you can actually put these 49 men and 49 women on a generation starship, which will be traveling to Proxima B or some other planet which may decide in future to travel to, in order to establish human colony outside of Earth. The fourth problem that we will get now is the education. When the offsprings are taking birth on the ship, what is that they are learning? On Earth, children study history, music for a holistic development, sports. They also interact with their own classmates, and overall, the personality of a human is shaped gradually over the years. When these people are going in a spaceship, they will not see the surrounding as we see. We will not see. They will not see mountains, rivers, etc. So, what sort of education system their kids will have to undergo, so that whatever they are deciding in terms of law, goal, and human ingenuity has to be taught to these children, and their evolution in terms of being an adult when they grow up has to be controlled in certain manner, so that their offsprings can also carry these values, because we have to plan for many generations, and these are the some of the key items which will be required and will be implemented. And this is nothing to do with technical aspects of traveling out in the outer space. This is about making a process where humans can successfully travel in space, in terms of medical support, in terms of legal support, in terms of creating courtrooms, in terms of understanding the cultivation. For example, if they reach Proxima B, by this time they will have no idea how to do cultivation. And even if they land on Proxima B, they will have to relearn these processes all over again. Whereas on Earth, we already know there are a lot of farming activity going on Earth. There are a lot of farmers. They can replicate quickly. I mean, if the journey is like 1 or 2 months, people can replicate that system on any other planet, whether it is Moon, Venus, or Proxima B, which is 4 light years away. However, if the generations are going to take for us to travel and reach and establish human colony on the next door neighborhood, takes many generations, and by the time they reach there, they would have forgotten. So there has to be a process where this art, culture, and processes can be kept alive, because if we don't do that, then the humans will not be able to survive after landing on Proxima B. And friends, I think 49 or 50 people have to be onboarded on the generation starship. It's because at least 50% of these people will reach. I mean, the offsprings of 50% of these people will reach, and the chance of getting perished in the journey is diminished by 50%. That means if 50 men and 50 women start after multiple generations, at least 50% of the people, eventual number, will be able to establish their colony on Proxima B, provided they are able to get their act together during the journey and make a process, make a goal, and percolate this goal downwards into generations. It should not happen that they actually have a mutiny in between and they kill each other, because then the whole objective of sending humans to set up the next neighborhood colony is futile. Now that will be futile. So I think that is something that is very thought provoking. And I thought instead of discussing technical aspects of sending humans, I thought in this episode I will discuss the emotional and social aspects of sending people on a long, long journey in space. Friends, do send in your messages and I will respond, and I'll catch you in the next one.